Researchers say they found an enzyme that controls the ability of the AIDS virus to infect people.
We will not be quiet, we will not shut up, we will not give up, and we will not go away.
We are being picked off one by one by one.
Because today is the day when we're going to march to Parliament.
What started out as a fight against a virus became a fight for social justice and the right to health for millions around the world.
It's about holding the people in power accountable.
It's people fighting for what they should have been getting all along.
You never get tired. Nobody can stop you. Nothing can stop you until you achieve your objectives.
At the beginning of the 21st century, only a few 100,000 people had access to the antiretroviral drugs they needed to save their lives. In 2003, in Cape Town, 125 activists from over 67 countries got together to rectify that wrong. No one needed to die from a disease that was treatable and preventable.
We refused to be labeled as victims. Instead, we created the idea of people with AIDS as heroes, and our goal was to save our lives and save the lives of the people we love.
People were devastated that their friends were dying because they couldn't access the medicines that they needed to live. And ITPC really just started out of love. People came together, 125 activists in Cape Town, South Africa, and realized that they could change the world. Since we began, there have been many challenges and successes along the way.
In 2003, most people living with HIV had no access to treatment at all. We created ITPC to address this and started with a grants program, the HIV Collaborative Fund, that built leadership at local and national levels to support treatment activism and ensure that treatment could become available.
ITPC support helps include my organization, and the work that we do not only benefit our member, but throughout the country, India, and also to rest of the people living with HIV/AIDS in developing countries.
Patents on medicine create monopolies, leading to excessive prices that make medicines out of reach of people in need of them. The HIV movement plays an important role in removing patent barriers. For example, in 2005, for the first time, 1 million people from developing countries were able to access HIV treatment thanks to generic medicines produced in India.
In Kenya, HIV was criminalized. This affected women disproportionately because of mother-to-child transmission. In 2015, due to the pressure from HIV activists, this section of the law was declared unconstitutional. ITPC really supported us by building our capacity and training us to know our human rights. At the start of my advocacy work, only a few hundreds of Kenyans were on HIV treatment. But currently, close to 1 million people are on HIV treatment. Access has really improved, but much more still needs to be done.
As a movement, communities have fought for cheaper prices and better medicines, but there's still so much left to be done. The world has changed, and so activism has had to change. Today, ITPC is a global activist network, a web of people across the globe working on treatment access issues. Programs like the Activist Development Program supports people no matter where they are to educate, to mobilize, and to fight for their right to health.
In countries where we work, we identify key medicines that are needed by people, and we try to remove any patent barriers that can block access to generic versions of these medicines. For example, during the past 3 years, we challenged 11 patents on HIV medicines across 4 countries. This has led to millions of savings for national governments who have been able to put even more people on treatment.
Today, I work to empower young people, adolescent girls and young women, because we need as many people as possible to join the movement. We are building the next generation of activists to continue on the work that has been achieved so far and the work that is still left to be done.
The fight against AIDS is a fight for social justice. It's to ensure that people are treated equitably. They aren't discriminated against because of who they love or what their race is or what their religion is, what their gender is. And ultimately, we can't really end AIDS until we address those problems.
In spite of all the challenges that we continue to face, a world of better health is not a dream.